What? What do you do at that point? Ether! I got this.
Hey folks, this is ioEther and we're back playing some more World of Tanks. As you can see, this is Ronick and his AMX CDC, and this is a tier 8 game on how was that proper? It's highly saved. It's the same difference. It's just I can actually pronounce fiery sailing versus the other one, which I definitely can't. So, Ronick's not platooned up on team. This is just him, and before we actually get into gameplay, let's do the normal stuff. So if you want to support the channel, the best way as always is to like any videos you enjoy. That really does help me out a lot more than you may realize it does. It gives me a lot of indications on when I'm doing things right and when I'm doing things wrong. And of course, if you dislike a video, hit the dislike button. Just as much help. Anyways, and of course, if you want the channel to grow, then send me videos. And then share them with your friends when I put them on YouTube, and then you get YouTube famous, and I get to see more awesome videos. So everybody wins, right? Okay, as we jump into this game, we realize that that looks a lot like a lemming train. That's our entire team. Ronick has noticed this as well. Okay. So we have one low going up this flank, who's a decent player, and then everyone else is apparently rushing the 1-2 line. Holy crap! Yeah. Okay then. So I don't think Ronick quite knows what to do at this point in time. I don't know what to do at this point in time. He is telling them to just charge as a unit to rush the enemy. We will see if they actually do that. It might work. If they all rush the enemy at the same time, then the enemy, the overwhelming numbers, will carry them through. Ronick manages to pick up the kill on the VK 32D, but he's just sitting up here dishing out damage and getting shot by the enemy CDC, who's probably up on the hill. If I had to bet, yeah, it looks like that's where the shots are coming in from. So Ronick is going to shift over and then repeat this. He is getting away at a render distance of the hill, using the square to know where his render distance is, and then just popping up over this ridge and firing. Wow, okay. So this is kind of working, I guess. As Ronick steals another kill. Okay. The lemming train is still alive. Now the fact that the CDC is still shooting us means he's probably on this very tip of the hill. As Ronick is pushed over into the off-center, like the 4 line, to try and get away from him. He is coming as far out of render distance as possible, and when he feels safe, he will probably pop up over this ridge and continue to fire. But he's typing to his team in an effort to try and push them all forward and shove the lemming train down the opponent's neck. Spread out into mid is a really horrible idea. Don't do that. Don't ever spread. If you're gonna lemming train as a unit. Don't spread out. Stay clumped. Stay together. Yes, you're a bigger target for artillery, but it makes you much more difficult for other tanks to just pick apart. Whereas if you're all spread out, then they can pick their targets much easier, and the weakest one will get picked off much faster. In this case, a KV-5 is leading this charge. He is definitely the best tank to be doing that. We have a St. Tamiya prototype bringing up the rear as our tanks start to string out. Unfortunately, they're getting themselves spread out and getting themselves picked off. And this is exactly what we didn't want to happen. Not that we really wanted a lemming train to begin with, but If we have to have a lemming train, we'd rather the lemming train stay together and all push as a unit. As long as they do that, they will succeed, as weird as that sounds. Now, the only reason you ever get a lemming train is when your entire team jams into one spot and they push for it and they string themselves out. And by doing that, the first guy gets picked off, and then it's literally one by one wandering into the enemy's territory after that. And that's how a lemming train dies. When you do this kind of thing where the entire group stays mostly together, better things happen. Now, it's still a lemming train. It's still full of dumb. I'm not going to say dumb people because it's not true. Most of the people in the lemming train are actually intelligent. They're just not doing the smartest thing at the moment in time. They're basically, mob mentality is shoving them down this side of the map. And they have just taken out one whole enemy flank. And with luck, they will continue to swing that massive lemming train around and crush the rest of the opposing force. Now, the best enemy player is the enemy CDC, who was up on this hill here. He will be continuing to try and do damage whenever he can. Why is this? That's not a good spot, Mr. I don't know where you were looking. He was looking off towards the hill. By now they should know that we don't have any tanks over there. Where was he going? Oh well. The GW Panther, backing up to dodge the GW Panther shot, managing to dodge the CDCs at the same time. I don't even think the Panther fired. It doesn't matter. He's dead. He may have just fired his shell and we didn't see it earlier, and so he's just waiting to die. That's the only reason I assume he was sitting in one spot, not moving. Enemy T-29 is about to get picked to death. There's no way he survives this onslaught. Enemy CDC is putting up the best fight of his life, doing everything he possibly can to live and kill through this. Now he is in the best position for this defense. If you have to defend against a push like this, that hill is the best place for it. Unfortunately, he has Ironic on the other team, so his thoughts of victory are probably not going to be fulfilled. Ironic takes out the last remaining help for this AMX, and this guy, the IS-3 says thank you for getting himself killed. Like, I don't... That is game. That was a win from a lemming train. 5,000 experience with premium with only a daily double. That's insane. Well, Ace Tanker, Fire for Effect, Spotter, Bruiser, Tank Sniper, Top Gun, and Patrol Duty. What? I mean, these two... yeah, you see these two going together sometimes. But when do you ever get a patrol duty along with a Top Gun? Look at all of this. Wow. Just wow. 3,000 damage dealt over 6 kills for 1,700 experience. That's more than double anyone else on his team. That's insane. And then we still got the patrol duty, which 4,000 damage. 4,400 damage through spotting. Not, of course. So 7,000 damage was done because of Ronick through this game. And then, of course, he blocked a little bit with armor just because. He made 125 grand off of this game. This was an awesome game. Thank you, Ronick, for saying this. I gotta get me one of these tanks. This was awesome. Have a great night, all. This is ioEther out.